Hello students, good morning. In your previous period, we learned about your uh, that is your computing software, cloud computing. That is your PaaS, IaaS. Okay, this was the and SaaS. This was the three things which we learned in your previous period. Now today we are going to start with your RFID. In a previous period also, I have given you a brief introduction of your RFID has been given, which I have told you that this RFID tag is mainly used in libraries as well as in your books, especially in shopping malls for your that means your clothing. Okay, in such areas I have given you brief introductions of this RFID tag. Now today we are going to start with a detailed reference of this RFID tag. Now this RFID tag, as I told you, it is divided into three parts: an antenna, a transceiver, and a transponder. Okay, these three things are see contains main parts: an antenna, a transceiver, and a transponder. Now these three things actually why we are using this. As I told you before, especially in our shopping malls, if person retail persons, they are selling some no, dress materials. Just imagine, as a con man, they will be going and they will be wearing that particular dresses or garments in there, and then after they used to walk outside this particular gate. So what happens, no one will be able to understand which material, or that means they will be thinking that this dress a person has been already came with it. So for recognizing it, they will be attaching a small tag in that particular dress material, which allows to detect whether this person has paid the bill or not. For that purpose, they are using the RFID tag. Okay, and this RFID tag is very difficult to break it. Okay, why? Because due to special appearance or special function which is available in that particular tag, so it is not as a common man, we won't be able to break that particular tag. Okay, and this RFID, it can get the frequency of about 10 centimeter to 200 meters. Within that 10 centimeter 200 meter, they will be getting that particular signal. And as you know that even after, without paying the bill, if you are trying to keep one step outside that particular exit gate, automatically a beeping alarm starts. Okay, why? Because this tag is getting the signal, and someone is if someone is trying to cross that particular line, automatically they will be getting the signals that so and so person has not paid the bill, and automatically they will be getting the alarm. Okay, now this RFID, okay, just underline it in page number 295. RFID technology is used in many industries. Underline, in 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics, used for high tech ticketing and food tracking. Okay, now as I told you, this RFID tag is just it will be working just like a GPS only. It is just a GPS. I'm not telling that it is a GPS. No, it is just like a GPS only. So what happens, as you know, that whenever we are going for amusement parks, especially Imagica, in Surat also we are having an water park. Okay, in some kind of adventure or water parks, we will be getting a tag in our hand. Okay, so with that particular tag, the person, those who are standing in counter, they will be getting to know that which ticket we have taken, because normal ticket is also there, VIP ticket also there. Okay, normal ticket tag is having a different color, as well as your VIP ticket is having a different color. So by watching that band, that means which is available in our wrist, seeing that the person, those who are standing in counter, they will be able to recognize which ticket we are we have bought. So according to that we are giving the facility. Okay, so it's not possible each and every time they will be checking our card or the which is or a bill or a receipt which we have got. Okay, so instead of that they will be giving a tag. In the same way in Olympics also they will be getting the ticketing purpose as well as food track. That means in Olympics lakhs and thousands of thousand people are coming for watching this Olympics. So if any person comes without ticketing, so they can be caught. Or else if a person already buy a ticket, get inside, and suppose in case if he has to move outside. Okay, but in case if we are getting a normal ticket in a slipped, just like a paper, so there are chances to get lost it. So in case if the person says that I have bought the ticket and still my ticket has been lost, so what they will be doing, so instead of this ticketing purpose, receipting purpose, they will be using the tag. So automatically they will be attaching either by the just like your Fitband, or they will be attaching in our small chip which is attached in our body. So according to that they will be comes to know that yeah, this person is a legal person, they will be allowing us to move inside or move outside. Okay, and especially for food tracking means many snacks as well as your food counters are also there in such Olympics. Okay, so there are chances that outsiders will maybe coming, okay, for violating the rules and all things. So what they do, they will be giving track, that means the RFID track to that particular counter person also, so that without their permission no one is supposed to get inside. This is the first use of this RFID tag. Okay, now next is for animal tracking. Animal tracking, that means what happens, as you know that in wildlife sanctuaries they used to preserve, that means our land wildlife are being preserved, they have been protected. So as you know that while protecting they have to give vaccination also. Okay, so vaccination is also being given to that particular animal, so that in case if they are having any kind of fever of any changes is there in that particular body, so they will be getting to know by using this particular kind of chip. Okay, this one another best example why they are using this RFID tag in animals is that they will be getting to know whether this animal is going outside that particular area or coverage area. Why? Because there are chances that it's not on human beings to stand in a queue. Even after as a human being also, we people we don't follow the rules, then just imagine that animals also, they won't be uh, there is staying in particular area, they will be moving here and there in case if they crosses the boundary. Okay, as you know that this forest, the wildlife sanctuary means it's just a forest only. In case if they are crossing that particular forest and going outside to that particular rural areas or urban areas, this can might cause a problem in that area. So they used to take this RFID help. Okay, this is the second best example where RFID tag is used. First was used in Olympics. Second, they are using in animal tracking. Now, third thing, as I told you, RFID tag is also used for medication as well as your vaccination records also, to prevent the spread of disease. That means, as you know that if any of the animals is getting having any disease, so there are chances that it can spread. Just like your normal flu, which is spread from one person to another person, there are chances that they can spread from one animal to another. So preventing that or taking their health in measure, what they used to do, they used to keep the whole track record of that particular by using that particular RFID tag. Next, this RFID tag is also used in libraries. As I told you before, this libraries, as you know that they used to keep date of issue, date of purchase, so such records they used to maintain in that particular library. But there are chances that as a person, if I'm issuing a book, okay, and then after if I'm not returning it, So how a person that particular library owners comes to know that whether I have taken, they will be checking the records, and they, according to that report records, they will be coming, they will be contacting me. Even after contacting me, if I am not agreeing that I am not having that book, still there are certain tags which is available in our books. I'm not saying each and every book they will be having. Some important books are there. So that means some historical books. We in foreign countries they used to keep their particular historical books. Such historical books they will be keeping a RFID tag. Okay, one of the best example is that ancient areas. Ancient means in museums. In museums, as you know that they they used to keep ancient things. That means older things. They used to keep that might be books, or there might be coins. Okay, or it can be some vessels. That means your pottery vessels. Such kinds of things they are keeping in the museum, just for the knowledge of this generation. Okay, so books are also kept in that particular museums. So there are chances that someone might stealing that particular book. So what they do, they used to attach some chip which is known as your RFID tag, which enables, as I told you, this RFID is just like your GPS only, which enables to know if someone is taking that particular book or any product, and they are going outside a particular boundary, automatically they will be getting a alarm or beeping sound. From that they comes to know that someone has tried to steal it. Okay, now next is that underline, just underline this thing also. Page number 296, last second paragraph. Underline supermarkets. Okay, exit gate, that's it. Supermarkets and zero. After underlining, you will be getting to know what is this mean. That means, as I told you, in supermarket, without paying the bill, if you are going outside the of your exit gate, automatically an alarm sound will be there, or a beeping sound will be there, which enables to know that such person has not paid the bill, or they have stolen it. So they are using this thing, RFID tag, in supermarkets also. Not only just for your dress materials, each and every tag, as I told you, in your supermarkets, they are using the barcode scanner. Okay, when we are paying the bill, they used to scan the barcode, then after they are giving the receipt that so and so product we have purchased. So after while exiting also, a person will be standing over exit gate, they used to give a stamp symbol, that paid symbol will be giving on your particular receipt. And why they are giving, actually, in future, if someone is saying that we have not paid the bill, we can show our bills that so and so bill has been paid. So for clarification, they are using this tags and all these things. Now next thing is about your biometrics. Biometrics means, as I told you before, that means before starting this particular topic of RFID, the heading was emerging trends in object and human recognition. And object in human recognition means, one example was your RFID. Second thing example is your biometric. Now biometrics means it can be either fingerprint, voice scanner, eye scanner. Such are the best examples of your biometrics. Okay, your biometrics, and in this is another second topic, and inside that particular topic there are another topics, that is your iris scanner, voice scanner, speech recognition, as well as your fingerprint scanner. Such subheadings are also there. Okay, so let's start with your topic, that is your biometrics. Now why we are using this biometrics? As I told you, biometrics will be including your fingerprint, voice scanner, as well as your iris scanner also. Okay, DNA test is also one kind of biometrics only. Now in your normal mobile phone, just imagine if someone steals your phone. without your permission. Of course, if someone is stealing your phone, no one will be taking your permission that so I cannot steal your phone. No. So if someone tries to steal your phone, if we are not inserting any password, okay, even now we used to insert password, but there are chances that if someone is standing behind us, if we are entering the password, they can watch it, and then after if they are stealing it, okay, then they can use the same password to unlock that particular phone or any laptop also. So instead of that, for more protection, why nowadays we are using the fingerprint scanner. Each and every mobile phone, in a computer, in laptop, we are having the fingerprint sensor is there. So why? The reason is that each and every person will be having a different fingerprint. Of course we are having different way. So in case if a person standing behind us, if they see we are watching that we are unlocking the phone with finger, so they won't be able to use their own fingerprint to unlock it. This is the first thing. That means no one is allowed to access the right of taking it. That okay. So for now, for that purpose we are using the biometric. Now biometric system is generally made of 5 components. The first thing, a sensor that is used to store the data. Okay, that means as you know that for finger, if you are using the fingerprint scanner, first of all our fingerprint should be stored in that particular device, then only they will be recognizing it. Okay, second, set of signal processing algorithms that perform quality control activities and help develop the biometric pattern. That means each and every time whenever we are saving our fingerprint, okay, it checks the signals, whether this signal is a perfect signal or not. For checking that, they will be using the biometric. And apart from that, not only fingerprint, even voice scanner also, voice recognition. Okay, when we are using this iPhone Siri or in Google's OK Google, okay, whenever we are seeing that, they used to check our voice also. That means each and every person is having different voice modulation. Even though we used to mimic others voice, but still there are certain voice recognitions are there which allows us that each and every voice will be different. Okay, the third one is your data storage that keeps information to compare new biometrics patterns. That means each and every biometric they will be keeping the storage. That means in normal mobile phone, if you are taking, we are having the option of face recognition as well as your fingerprint recognition also. Or not only face and fingerprint recognition, we can use the pin code also. That means pin as a password, we can use the pin also, and your normal password also. Pin means what? Only just a numbers. That means any random numbers you can enter it. Password means it can be numbers as well as your alphabet also. Okay, that means many kinds of biometric patterns we can save in that particular data in that memory as a data. This is the third point. And the fourth one is your a matching algorithm that does the actual comparison. That means whatever data I have stored, if I am for me, if I'm storing my fingerprint in my mobile phone, so that particular fingerprint is also a data according to phone. Okay, and now in case if I am trying to unlock it, so there will be already a recorded data is there, now a present data which right now I am trying to use my fingerprint just to unlock it. So they will be comparing both the fingerprints whether they are similar or not. In case if we are trying to get similar fingerprint, then only they will be allowing. One more thing, whenever we are trying to save our fingerprints, they are saying that try to use the whole area. That means different area. That means once you touch this particular part in the as a fingerprint recognition, now before saving it, they used to say that touch any other area. That means the whole area, that means your fingertip, the whole area should be saved during the saving process of your data. This is the only reason why whenever we are using the a small touch of your fingerprint also, they will be recognizing it and they are unlocking the system. Okay, that means a matching algorithm is made and they used to compare both the data. Now fifth point and the last point is that a decision process that uses the result from the matching algorithm to make decision. That means after comparing each and every rigid lines which is available in your fingerprint or our iris scanner. According to iris scanner, we are having retina has been scanned. Okay, for your fingerprint, your rigid lines which is available, you can see in your fingerprint also many rigid lines are there. Okay, this lines is not same in both the fingers also. Yeah, left finger as well as right finger also, we are having different rigid lines are there, which makes which bifurcates each and every fingerprint. Okay, so after comparing it, they comes to the final result that whether this matching algorithm is a perfect one or not. Okay, these are the certain biometrics components which we use. Now on your next period onwards, we are going to start with the biometrics topic. This was just a brief introduction. Okay, and the first topic in your next period will be fingerprint recognition. Okay, so today we learn to RFID tag. Okay, and as I told you, RFID tag is mainly used in libraries, shopping malls, as well as for your animal tracking also. Okay, especially why with this animal tracking is used. Animal tracking is just to prevent the diseases which can be spread from one animal to another animal, or for monitoring the health also they are using the RFID tag. And in your libraries, just to prevent the stealing of your books or any commodities or any products which is available in your libraries or in your museums. For that purpose we are using the RFID tag. Next is in your supermarkets, as I told you that many products are there. Your dress material, that means your garments will be there, as well as your mobile electronic things will be there. So any kind of things, if they are trying to move outside the exit gate, automatically a beeping sound will be occurring, and which allows or which helps to detect the particular thing. Okay, for so and one more thing, this RFID tag is also used in Olympics also. In 2008 Beijing Olympics, they have used this RFID tag. Okay, this was your RFID tag. I hope you all understood today's topic. Thank you, students.